Welcome back to Freedom in Purpose. We're grateful you're here with us today. This channel is all about meaning, direction, and the stories that remind us what's possible when we live with intention. So settle in, because today we're counting down the top 10 best-selling authors of all time, the writers whose words have reached hundreds of millions, even billions of people. And trust me, the number one spot will surprise you. Let's begin. At number 10, Dr. Seuss, born Theodore Seuss Geisel in 1904 in Springfield, Massachusetts. Before becoming one of the most beloved children's authors in history, he worked in advertising and political cartoons. His playful rhymes and imaginative characters were born from a desire to make reading fun for kids. With classics like The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham, Dr. Seuss has sold over 100 million books worldwide, shaping childhoods for generations. At number 9, Leo Tolstoy, born in 1828 in Yasnaya Polyana, Russia. Tolstoy spent much of his early life searching for meaning. His writing became a way to explore morality, faith, and the human condition. War and Peace and Anna Karenina are considered two of the greatest novels ever written. With around 165 million copies sold, Tolstoy's work continues to influence literature, philosophy, and the way we think about life itself. At number 8, Paulo Coelho, born in 1947 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Coelho didn't start as a writer. He tried acting, journalism, and even songwriting before finally embracing his true calling. His most famous book, The Alchemist, became a global phenomenon, selling over 150 million copies on its own. With more than 320 million books sold in total, Coelho's simple yet profound stories inspire readers to follow their dreams and listen to their hearts. At number 7, Stephen King, born in 1947 in Portland, Maine. King began writing short stories while working as a teacher, often struggling to pay the bills. His breakthrough came with Carrie, a novel he almost threw away before his wife rescued it from the trash. Today, Stephen King has sold over 350 million books, with iconic titles like The Shining, It, and The Stand. His work explores fear, humanity, and the shadows we try to avoid. At number 6, Sidney Sheldon, born in 1917 in Chicago, Illinois. Before becoming a novelist, Sheldon wrote for Broadway, film, and television. He didn't publish his first novel until he was in his 50s, a reminder that purpose doesn't expire. His dramatic, fast-paced stories like Master of the Game and The Other Side of Midnight have sold more than 370 million copies worldwide. At number 5, J.K. Rowling, born in 1965 in Yate, England. Rowling's journey is one of the most inspiring in modern literature. She began writing the Harry Potter series as a single mother facing financial hardship. Rejected by multiple publishers, she kept going. Today, the Harry Potter books have sold over 600 million copies and created one of the most successful franchises in history. Rowling's story is a testament to perseverance, imagination, and believing in your own voice. Before we continue, friend, I want to ask you for something simple. If this message is helping you, take a moment to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. Not for me, but for the people who will watch this after you. Your comment, your story, your struggle, your breakthrough might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. You could be the reason a stranger doesn't give up. You could be the voice that reminds someone they're not alone. So share something. Anything. Your words have power too. Now back to our countdown. At number 4, Harold Robbins, born in 1916 in New York City. Often overlooked today, Robbins was once one of the most widely read authors in the world. His novels blended adventure, romance, and drama, drawing from his own experiences in Hollywood and business. With titles like The Carpetbaggers and The Adventurers, Robbins has sold around 750 million books, making him one of the most commercially successful writers in history. At number 3, Danielle Steel, born in 1947 in New York City. Steel began writing as a young mother, often working late into the night after her children were asleep. Her novels explore love, loss, resilience, and the strength of the human spirit. With more than 900 million books sold, She is one of the most prolific and beloved authors of all time, proving that emotional storytelling can connect across generations. At number 2, Agatha Christie, born in 1890 in Torquay, England. Known as the Queen of Mystery, Christie began writing during World War I while working as a nurse. Surrounded by uncertainty, she turned to storytelling as a way to bring order to chaos. Her detective characters, Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple, became icons of the genre. With an estimated 2 billion books sold, Christie is the best-selling novelist in history. And now, number 1. William Shakespeare, born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. His exact sales can't be tracked because his works are in the public domain and have been printed for over 400 years by countless publishers. But scholars estimate between 4 and 5 billion copies sold. Shakespeare's plays and poems, from Hamlet to Romeo and Juliet to Macbeth, explore love, power, betrayal, ambition, and the human condition. His influence on language and storytelling is unmatched. So what can we learn from these authors? They didn't all start with confidence. They didn't all start with success. Some began in poverty. Some began in heartbreak. Some began in complete uncertainty. But they all began. They wrote because something inside them refused to stay silent. They followed a purpose that was bigger than fear, bigger than doubt, and bigger than circumstance. And that brings us back to freedom in purpose. Purpose isn't something you stumble into. It's something you grow into. It's something you choose, again and again, even when the path is unclear. These authors didn't know they would change the world. They simply took the next step. They wrote the next page. They followed the quiet pull inside them, and that pull led them to impact billions. As you move through your own story, remember this: your purpose doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. It doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. It just has to be yours. And when you follow it, you never know whose life you might touch. Thank you for being here with us today. If this message spoke to you, join us by subscribing and becoming part of the Freedom in Purpose community. Your story matters. Your voice matters. And your purpose is waiting.